Okay, so what we're going to look at this week is making a banner for a website. Um, a lot of websites have a strip at the top that tells you the name of the website and uh, some suitable image, and then underneath that you'll have the menu bar. So that's what we're going to try and make, and we'll see how it goes. I've opened up a picture that I found on the internet. Um, it's obviously no good as a banner at the moment because it's too big. I need it to be a sort of strip rather than a big chunky square picture. So I'm going to crop it first of all, and I'd like to crop the most interesting part of it. So I'm going to crop this bit here, like that. Maybe bring it down a tiny bit. Okay. So I've cropped what's going to be my suitable background image for my banner. It's at the moment I'm not entirely sure of the size of it, but banners have to be normally quite a specific size to fit on the screen nicely. So there's the sort of standard banner sizes that you use. Just have a quick look at what those are. So we want 728 by 90. 728 by 90. Let's go back to that. So we're going to make this image 728 by 90 pixels. So image size 728. Don't want to constrain the proportions because otherwise I won't be able to get it exactly right. Okay. The image has been slightly distorted because the strip I took was slightly fatter than it should have been. Should have been slightly thinner. You can either go back and take a slightly thinner slice and then you won't get any distortion, or look at the level of distortion and you might be happy with it. I'm fairly happy with that. I think that's still okay. So we've got our image and it's the right size. I need to add the title of the website. If I just write any text on here now, the text is going to be a bit lost in the picture. So we really want some way of making the text clear while keeping the feel of the picture as well. So to do that, I'm going to try and make this side of the picture darker and leave this side of the picture lighter. So I'm going to have what's called a gradient fill going across the picture. And luckily there's a gradient fill tool, which is this one over here. So I'll go to gradient tool. Now you've got a choice of gradients, linear and radial. So linear will just go in a straight line from dark and then lighten up as you go across in a straight line, or from the top dark down to light at the bottom, or vice versa. Radial will go out from a central point, so light in the middle going out to a dark edge, or vice versa. We want a linear gradient. We've got a choice of gradients here. This one here would go from solid black to solid white if the opacity was 100%. The opacity is how sort of thick it is, how much you can see through it. So if I lowered the opacity, then you'd be able to see some of the picture through it, but you'd still have the overlay of the black and the white. So let's say I did 52, that's fine. So if I put that over the top now, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so you can see you get this darker effect here and this lighter effect here. You can change how much of the picture is dark by dragging this across. So that's going to make more of the picture dark and less light. If you do it again, you're just going to keep on adding gradients. You need to always undo the gradient you've added if you're playing about with them, because otherwise you'll just get gradient upon gradient upon gradient, and it just gets a bit messy. Okay, so now more of the picture's dark and less is light. But it's actually still not quite what I want, because really I actually want it to be almost completely black at one point, and be able to see the picture but it not be white at the other side. So the one I've chosen isn't ideal at the moment. This one wouldn't be great because if I increase the opacity, then one side's going to be dark, but then the other side's just going to go white and I won't be able to see the image at all. This one here though has got the dots behind it, the squares behind it, because it's going from dark to transparent at this side. I'd like to have a fair bit of it dark, so let's have a look at bringing this across and making this a bit darker that way. I'll leave the opacity at 100% to start with. Let's see what that looks like. So start there, go across. Okay, that's not bad. So you can see now that you can see the image through it more clearly. This side is just the original image, and then this side has got a bit darker. The opacity is still 50. I might increase that slightly. So let's just undo that and try increasing the opacity a bit. See what that does. Let's maybe take it up to, ooh, what's that going to give me? Yeah, about there. Let's see. Don't know what to think. A bit much. Maybe take this back a bit. So just have a play around until you're happy with the balance between the dark side and the image. Don't know really. Yeah, I think even some more back here. Let's take that back a bit. Take this down a bit even. I think I'll make this last one anyway, just because you get the idea of it. You just keep playing about until you're happy with the level of the fill. All right, okay, that will probably do me, I think. If I was doing it myself, I'd probably spend a bit more time making this a bit darker, but that'll have to do for now. No, in fact, let's make it a bit darker. Let's take that up to 100 though. Jeez, steady on. 85. Yeah, one last go. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Right, so I've got the image, but now I've got this dark thing to do some writing on. So I've used my gradient tool, and now I'm going to go down and use my text tool. You can click where you want the text to start, so I'm going to put it over here, and you can call it whatever you want. I'll call it Dream Holidays. Let's enter that. See what it looks like. Oh, okay, not ideal because it's in black, which is a bit rubbish, isn't it? We don't want black really, so there we go, that's more like it. Okay, so Dream Holidays in white, we'll cancel that. Oh no, what's going on with that? Why did I not choose it? Okay, so Dream Holidays, and then down here you've got various different styles, and then we've got our fonts here, so you can have a look right through there, and don't know, looking for, oh blimey, what was that? I don't know, what should we say? There's some pretty darn ugly text on there. Do you know, I'll just go for a classic, where's it gone? Right, that'll do. Okay, so there we go. So now you can see you've got the text here quite clearly. You've got the image, you know, showing through. So the image doesn't take away from the text, and the text doesn't take away from the image. It's the right size for a banner. We're all set to go. We can now add this to a website, and we know it's the right size, and it looks quite smart. And that's it. So that's what I'd like to do this week. Have a play with that and see if you can do some banners. Thank you very much.